Sawadee, welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chodapalai, following in a surprise search at Nakhon Si Thammarat Central Prison. Narongdet Kun, the prison's chief, was immediately transferred after officials found 300 cell phones, methamphetamine tablets, crystal methamphetamine or ice, and weapons. Today, police are continuing to investigate and have found evidence of drug trafficking between prisons in Bangkok and overseas. Following a raid by 600 officials at Nakhon Si Thammarat Central Prison, the haul of contraband found included 300 cell phones, 1,700 methamphetamine tablets, 1 kilo of crystal methamphetamine or ice, cash, gambling tools and weapons. Today, police searched another 14 locations, including the homes of prison officials, and found bank accounts as well as other possessions, which are believed to be related to drug dealing. Meanwhile, Police Major General Ronapong Saikel, commander of the provincial police in Nakhon Si Thammarat province, said that there is a possibility of involvement between those arrested in Nakhon Si Thammarat and drug trafficking gangs in Bang Kwang prison in Bangkok and those in Myanmar, Lao PDR. These gangs have apparently been operating for some time, and the illegal activity involves many people. Police are attempting to gather further evidence, including CCTV camera footage, phone numbers found in cell phones, as well as witnesses. As of now, police have identified 4 prison officials who are involved with drug dealing, and one of them is the person who leaked advance information about the prison search to prisoners. The provincial governor of Phuket has convened a meeting with representatives from all sectors in preparation for future earthquakes, with particular focus on building integrity to ensure that they would withstand earthquakes of no less than 7.0 on the Richter scale, so as to provide a good level of confidence among investors and tourists alike. Representatives from all sectors in Phuket, including those from the Department of Mineral Resources, met today to discuss measures in preparation for future earthquakes. Among the issues discussed was the preparedness of buildings to withstand an earthquake measuring no less than 7.0. Also discussed was closer collaboration between both the public and the private sectors in times of crisis. Meanwhile, business operators admit that when constructing tall infrastructure in the past, they rarely took into consideration the buildings resistant to earthquakes. The recent tremors that affected buildings in Thailand has brought to their attention the urgent need to construct earthquake-proof infrastructure. The Department of Public Works of the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, found that more than 40 locations in 12 districts of Bangkok that are at risk of developing sinkholes. The BMA has proposed that a committee to set up to investigate civil works contracts related to road construction. Following surveys of repaired roads by the Department of Public Works, a report reveals that 40 places in 12 districts of Bangkok are at risk of developing sinkholes, most of which are in central Bangkok. The report identifies 5 locations in Sampantawong district, 7 in Pathumwan district, another 7 in Bangrak district, and others in the districts of Pom Prap, Panakorn, Jom Thong, Ratburana, Payathai, Pasir Charan, and Bang Khae. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the BMA said that Bangkok's governor has called for the speeding up of the report of the remaining 34 districts being investigated. He wants it completed within this week. The BMA is undertaking repairs to existing sinkholes as well as taking legal action against various construction companies. Tomorrow at the cabinet meeting, the Prime Minister will give an explanation about the traditional Rot Nam Dam Hua ceremony, an occasion that is a part of the traditional Thai New Year, to be held for Privy Council Chairman Premchandra Suranon at his house on Thursday. She also indicated that she will listen to every sector in an effort to lead the country to reconciliation, while the Deputy Prime Minister Yuthassak Sasipapa believes that unity will return to the nation soon. The Rotnam Damhua ceremony is the ceremony to show respect to elders by pouring holy water over their hands. This ceremony, which will be performed for General Prem by the cabinet this Thursday, is the third time that Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra and General Prem, who are believed to hold opposing views on several subjects, will meet. However, as everyone can see, their last two meetings ended in smiles and amicably, as General Prem is often claimed to have been behind the 2006 coup d'état, which overthrew the Thaksin government. Some believe that the meeting between Thaksin's sister, the current Prime Minister, and General Prem will help lead the country to reconciliation. But after the PM told the public about the ceremony on Thursday, the unity of the government continues to be questioned, as some politicians like Nathut Saikia, a former leader of Red Shirt movement, was apparently unaware that the cabinet will go to General Prem's house to perform a Rotnam Damhua ceremony. The ceremony for General Prem has been tentatively scheduled for 3:30 p.m. on Thursday. Today, meanwhile, General Prem met Jia Xingling, a national political advisory counselor from China and a guest of the Senate, to enhance cooperation between China and Thailand. Today, the Secretariat of the House of Representatives, or STHR, has assigned the officers from the CAT Telecom to investigate the internet network in the parliament to discover how it was possible for a pornographic picture to appear on the monitor screens in the House meeting chamber. The officers found that the internet network of some smartphones and tablet PCs can connect to the wireless internet network in the parliament building without providing a password. The officers claim that there is a possibility that a photo from a mobile device was sent to the monitor screen via the wireless network. The STHR cooperated with the Department of the Special Investigation, or DSI, and the Information and Communication Technology Ministry to inspect the internet network system in the Parliament building after the picture of a half-naked woman appeared on screens during the parliamentary meeting last week. Kampi Ditthakorn, Secretary General of the House of Representatives and as a Commissioner of the Investigation Committee on this case, has worked with staff from CAT to try to connect the internet network of a smartphone and tablet PC to a wireless internet network in the Parliament building. The officers found that the internet network of some smartphones and tablet PCs can connect to the wireless internet wireless without having to provide a password, and as such, there is a possibility that the photo from the smartphone was sent unintentionally to the monitor screens in Parliament. Meanwhile, Pithun Phumkitcha, Secretary General of the House of Representatives, said that staff in the broadcast control room of Parliament are still suspected of involvement in this case. The DSI and ICT Ministry will investigate the source of the picture and send a report to Parliament. The Energy Regulatory Commission affirms that it will not transfer all of rising cost of generating electricity to the public. This follows a study showing that the cost of producing electricity has increased by another 50 stam per unit. Over the first 4 months of this year, the Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand has been bearing all of the production cost increases for household use, and the Commission is asking that it continue to do so to alleviate the increasing cost of living. Here's more.
The Energy Regulatory Commission reveals that the cost of fuel tariff over the period between May and August will rise another 50 satang per unit, as the price of natural gas for electricity generation has gone up. In the first 4 months of this year, the Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand, or EGAT, showed all of the increased electricity production cost for household use at the rate of 18 satang per unit, or 8 billion baht in total. EGAT previously commented that it could no longer cover all the increase as it is operating in the red. However, Direk Lawan Siri, President of the Energy Regulatory Commission, is asking EGAT to continue bearing at least part of the rise in electricity costs, so as to alleviate the public's burden of a higher cost of living. Meanwhile, the Federation of Thai Industries, or FTI, indicates that the cost of production will be affected if the Commission were to approve increasing the fuel tariff. Payungsak Chasutipon, president of FTI, says that the fuel tariff should be adjusted gradually on a step-by-step basis, as the businesses are already responsible for an overwhelming cost, which is 400 billion baht per annum. Furthermore, an upward adjustment in the price of electricity would affect business operators more than an adjustment in the price of oil. The Energy Regulatory Commission will meet again on April 25th to deliberate over how much should the fuel tariff be raised.
The Office of the National Anti-Corruption Commission has arrived to a consensus that the 3G contract between CAT Telecom and True Corporation fails to abide by several parts of telecom-related laws, and the NACC is summoning related personnel to give testimony. The 3G contract between CAT Telecom and True Corporation was found to breach several parts of telecom-related legislation. These include the Public-Private Joint Venture Act of 1992, which states that a deal like that between CAT and True has to go through an auction process. True Corporation, however, was picked without such a procedure being followed. Methi Krongkeo, chairman of the NACC subcommittee, which was set up to investigate the transaction, revealed that the contracts are not in compliance with many parts of the relevant laws. The subcommittee will meet again on May the 8th and will issue its report and summon related personnel to give testimony within 15 days. After that, a conclusion will be forwarded to the NACC for further consideration in July or August of this year. There are 3 possible verdicts: withdraw the case, find True and CAT guilty, or ask the subcommittee to investigate the matter. The suspected rapist of a 65-year-old Swiss woman in Phetchaburi province was apprehended last night. He was returned to the crime scene to assist police with their inquiries. 34-year-old Banpot Iem Saad, a construction worker, told police he assaulted and raped a 65-year-old retired Swiss woman in Phetchaburi province. On April 16th, Banpot, carrying a gun, he jumped over the Swiss woman's house wall before hitting her in the face and head with the weapon and then raping her in her home. He was arrested last night. The culprit, who was working in the same housing estates as the victim's home is located, says he decided to commit this crime as the woman was home alone. The 65-year-old rape victim is still in Hua Hin Hospital suffering bruises to the skull and a swelling on her brain. The Motorcycle Association of Bangkok is working with the police concerning mafia activity suppression after earlier complaints that mafia gangs are extorting money from them were apparently ignored. More than 50 members of the Bangkok Motorcycle Taxi Association met with Police Lieutenant Colonel Vinay Thong to find out how the police are working to suppress the long-standing complaints about mafia gangs extorting cash from motorcycle taxi drivers. The Metropolitan Police Commander says a total of 19 cases were reported by the Motorcycle Taxi Association, and he claims 18 cases are either already solved or still under police investigation. Police have long been accused of involvement with mafia activities in extorting money from motorcycle taxi drivers. Police Lieutenant Colonel Vinay insists the police are against any form of illegal extortion or taking bribes from anyone. Assistant to the Transport Minister Wan Yu Bamrung, also son of Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yu Bamrung, revealed that the Transport Ministry is considering taking responsibility for motorcycle taxi legislation in Bangkok. Currently, each district